everybody, and welcome back to the Black Reliquary. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum-bum. Okay, so I accidentally deleted the intro. Yeah, you know, it happens. It happens to the best of us, you know how it is. But, luckily for me, the intro wasn't very long, so TLDR of what the intro said. In this episode, we are going to be farming up until we are ready to go for the boss. I'm not going to waste your guys' time. I am going to waste mine. And we are just going to keep going and going and going until we are ready to fight the troglodyte boss. Yeah, that's basically all the intro was, so I didn't exactly lose a lot, but on to the next part. So, you might have wondered why this episode took so freaking long to come out. Well, allow me to show you. As you can see, I did a little bit of off-camera farming. Just a little bit. Little itty-bitty tiny bit of farming. And now we actually have a relatively good stockpile of stuff. As for upgrades, the forge, maxed out, took forever. The training hall, not maxed out because that's extremely expensive. 160 whatever was hard enough. 223? Little bit too much for my tastes. But all in all, we are finally somewhat prepared to go take on the boss. And, yeah, the Catacombs has been maxed out for quite some time. That's where I've done almost all of my farming, other than maybe, like, 2 Caverns missions. All in all, though, I'm glad I decided to do it off-camera because, oh my god, this took forever. We are on week, I think it was like 116 or something? So, yeah, there was a lot of farming, a lot of retreating, and a lot of antiquarians who showed up only to immediately be sent back out. We also had a couple RNG fests, but all in all, we managed to get there. Now, can we manage to finish it off? Let's find out. Dan the Flagellant with the Dreadful Cleaver level 3, because in all my farming, I actually managed to find the Perfumer 3 whole times, which, you know, isn't bad. Obviously, I didn't even know it goes past level 3. I thought level 3 was gonna be the last one. But, you know, that's fine with me. We're also using the Mercurial Salve, which means we cannot Virtue on a Flagellant that literally does not matter. More damage if afflicted, more accuracy if afflicted, and a bit more stress damage taken. The Shield Breaker with the Amber-Consuming Capuchin, the Perfumer's Needle, because you can't go wrong with a permanent riposte, which, by the way, if you remember, we actually lost this trinket, but we were able to buy it back from the Amber Dust trader. So, while we weren't able to pick it back up, we were able to buy it back, so, you know, that's not the worst thing in the world. Pierce, Puncture, Adder's Kiss, and Serpent's Way. Also, the Flagellant. Punish, Rain of Sorrows, Exsanguinate, and Redeem. Mortimer, the Plague Doctor, with the Bloody Herb. The Fortified Plates, Incision, Battlefield Medicine, Emboldening Vapors, and Amber Blast. She does have the Sweats, but I don't think that's going to be too big of a deal. Maybe it will be, and I'll totally eat my words, but we will see. And a Religious Vestal with the Protection Stone, the Tough Ring. I was trying out a melee Vestal thing. Doesn't really work without the trinkets. Judgment, Dazzling Light, Divine Grace, and Divine Comfort. This is basically as good as we're going to get for the moment, but just in case this fails, we do have a couple people in the back, such as the Leper, who is level 5, haven't upgraded his stuff fully yet. He was level 4 before he hit level 5, but luckily, with the XP stone, things went his way. Briston will be the second person in our little team. Then the Occultist, who we are going to hope has Mega RNG, and the Bunny Girl Dredge. Now, one thing I do want to point out, for a little while, the Bunny Girl Dredge skin was a skin that the devs wanted reported and removed from the workshop. However, since then, I believe the creator of Bunny Girl Dredge got in contact with some of the devs, and now it seems like it's allowed, and because it's allowed, I decided, hey, I may as well use it. Because, you know, if it's not allowed, I won't use it, but if it is allowed, I mean, I may as well, right? Plus, we all like a good waifu here and there, just ask Lilith. But the Dredge has eaten up a lot of our old tech, but level 5, level 4, level 5 herself, and we've barely upgraded her skills because it was expensive at the time, but that's okay. She wasn't doing very much damage, but needless to say, I was mainly using her for Blight. So, meh, you know, it didn't really matter. Now, I've been warned a lot about what we're going to encounter here, so I'm just, you know, I'm not gonna hold back. We're not holding back at all. Yeah, we're not gonna hold back even a little bit. Also, we can't buy food, so I'm led to believe this is a one battle deal. Here we go. At long last, we have made it to the boss. Let us hope it does not take too hideous a form.
We can ignore this matter no longer. A worm is impeding us. A worm so ancient that it has grown beyond comprehension. Not only does it threaten to cause cave-ins down below, it terrorizes those on the surface, friend and foe alike. If we are to proceed, we must do the unthinkable and defeat this Leviathan of the sands.
The Flame Seeker will provide cannon fire when the moment is right. Also, I couldn't help but notice this is a daytime quest, which means we are on the surface. We're not even in the caverns.
If we are to strike the heart of the troglodytes, we must clear this desert Leviathan from our path. When you have the mighty terror's attention, we will provide cannon fire.
Here we go. We're as buffed up as we can be. Let's see what it's got.
This is it. Hold fast. The gunnery is being ready to aid you.
Marked for the entire... I just saw its health. Ooh, I just saw its health. Oh, I should have looked. Okay. Marked for the entire battle. We should have brought a marked party. Troglodyte. Beast. 20% protection, no dodge, no speed. Cannot be stunned. Can barely be blighted. Can barely be bled. Good luck marking or debuffing it. Cannot be moved. 3,000 health. Oh, we are in for it. Well, first things first. Get that amber flowing. 55%, we take those. His health didn't move. Oh, his health literally didn't move. $11 damage. Open fire. Oh, 500 from the ship. That helps. That helps a lot, in fact. All right. Is this just a survival quest? That's what it's looking like. The maw opens. Worm tongue. Injuring the tongue will create an opportunity for the cannons to fire. Ah. Kill the tongue, and we get 500 damage on the greater sandworm. Okay. Well then. Let us create an opportunity. Alright. Then here we go. No crit and a low roll. Oh my god. Very cool. Not the end of the world, though. Here we go. Guarantee a crit. Or we'll miss. That too. Eat hunger. Why does our Vestal have so much health? I guess that's what happens when you're fully maxed out. Oh boy, that's a lot of stress. Okay, here's our plan. Move back. Earth crash. That looks like a stun to me. Let's get back into position. Position is going to mean a lot in this fight, I think. 72%, 20 to 42, 29% chance to crit. Here we go. Okay, no crit. Lingual crit. Okay. Please hit this 22 crit. Okay, no crit, no bleed. Already on death's door with our flagellant. But we did get healed thanks to the XP8. Well, set it back up. Earth crash. Back onto death's door. That permanent riposte is doing very good work for us. However, we are stunned on our shield breaker. It hungers. Ooh, that's a nasty pull. Okay. You know what? Go for the attack. You might even kill it. Bleed it. 816 is dead next turn. No, it's not dead next turn. It already took it. It already took its attack. Okay. First of all, cure that. Second of all, no chance to stun either of them. Heal the flagellant, and then let's move it back into position. Okay, more stress. The flagellant has become rapturous, and the plague doctor has become stalwart. Prospect of death does not frighten me. Lingual whip. Ooh, pull. No! Wounds build character. Ow. It's dead next turn. Go for the worm. Big crit.
Strike them down. Do not relent.
And you thought yourself impervious. Reveal?
The bonds are mending. Press on.
Rapturous. As the burden grows, so too does my purity. Don't you see? The pain eases the burden. And then he proceeds to attack the wrong person. Let's get him up front. Earth Crash. Crit of 13, no blight, that's fine. We can go for an Exsanguinate on it.
Vein, a drop of venom. Death does not regard anything.
Okay, we're about to get 500 damage, and... big crit. Or no, it's armor piercing. Yeah, this gives armor piercing. Still. Okay, didn't bleed, little unfortunate. Let's get our shield back up. Also, the Capuchin not helping us in this fight. So we're a trinket down. 575 damage because of our Amber Blight debuff. Very good. Get that expiate rolling. The maw opens. You know what? 28 light? No, that's fine. My pull didn't. Very good. Wow, none of our debuffs landed. Very unfortunate. Maybe we should have taken a trinket that increases our chances. We're also not getting very many crits, which is, you know, less than ideal. I was gonna say just go for a stun, but apparently that didn't work out for us. Earth Crash, 79 crit. We're back on Death's Door. You justify my faith. Focused. Let the eye follow the spear tip, and the heart will rise on its own. What is our chance? 15%. What is it on the Plague Doctor? 15%. Okay, yeah, fine. Fair enough. We're just amazing. We're great at the video game. Tongues down. Here comes more damage. Aegis up. Bleed. Open fire! 575. I will take that. That helps a lot. You know what? He's only got one turn. What if I just don't heal the Flagellant this turn? Because he has Death's Door buff, right? Yeah, he does a bunch more damage if he's on Death's Door. Heal ourselves.
Care for one another is what sets us apart.
The maw opens. Uh-oh. Anyone with true humility would advance with me. Man, I could go for a crit. That's not the crit I was actually talking about, but you know what? That works. Yeah, that works for me. Yeah, no, not the crit I actually wanted, but it's the crit I will take. Just get a little bit of damage on him. Would expiating the tongue even do anything for us? Let's find out. It might. Earth Crash. Okay, blocked, 29, double stun, only one. But we do get the expiate heal. Okay. Hit it hard. There's a crit! That's what we needed. Open fire! The mark is gone. Okay, I think we're out of... ship assists. But he's close enough to where we can finish him off ourselves. We've got this. Let's get as much damage as we can. Clear this mind. Clear this mind. Clear this mind. maw opens. Forget the maw, I'm still going for you. You're low enough to kill. Earth crash. 40 damage, 13 crit. Stunned? Only one stun, okay. You know what? You're done, pal.
In all my time as a sailor, I have never witnessed such a spectacular victory. I must admit, this was quite the thrill.
Just let me soak in my victory for just a second. Oh. Just let me soak in this. That feels good. That feels real good. Oh my goodness.
None that I have ever seen could achieve such a feat. Your soldiers will be due a set of medals after such an unlikely success.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I like to see. And we got Regenerator. That's what I like to see. Oh. You have no idea how relieving that feels to me. So, it is time for my final thoughts on this expansion of the Black Reliquary. So, final thoughts. This was by far the hardest expansion to date. This expansion was extraordinarily difficult. Yeah. This was rough. This even more than the Wildlanders, this made me want to tear my hair out constantly. This was hard. This was aggravating. This was undescribable. It's difficult to find the words for a mod that is so difficult, so infuriating, but yet so beautiful, and makes me want to keep coming back to it, regardless of how much rage I give to it. It's difficult to describe the words. I really enjoy Black Reliquary. Despite what it might sound like, I think this is probably... Okay, balance aside, balance is a totally different thing. I think this is the #1 mod on the workshop, hands down. Nothing even comes close to it. There is just so much care, attention, love, content. There is so much here that no other mod comes close to it. Now that's not to downplay other mods. There are some freaking beautiful mods on the workshop and on Nexus Mod Manager, but none of them are quite as finely crafted as Black Reliquary. And I say that with a clear mind. I made sure to record this when I wasn't, salty in the slightest, so I could give my actual honest thoughts. Because I know most of the time I'm a bit salty because the trogs destroy me. But I wanted to be sure that, there was no influence. I'm giving my real thoughts. The Levantine are the most balanced race. Race? Well, yeah, I guess technically. But I've been playing too much WoW. Everything's a race to me. They are the most balanced area. The Karvats are a cool hard mode that you can encounter while you're just out and about. The Wildlanders... Okay, the Wildlanders aren't as powerful as they used to be. At least I don't think so. So, I'm not gonna say they're balanced, but they definitely don't feel that bad to play against anymore. And I realize their whole purpose is that they're battle warriors who absolutely decimate enemies. So it makes sense that they do a lot of damage. So, you know, I'm willing to let that slide. I do kind of wish they were a little squishier, but all in all, I think their damage is fine. I just do kind of wish they were a little bit easier to kill. Now for the Trogs. Everyone knows the Trogs are not fun to go against. But what I didn't know is that Black Reliquary receives no updates other than things that are, like, actually game-breaking or, you know, are really, really bad. Other than that kind of stuff, there are no, like, for example, balance changes during a patch. And you know what? For as much as I rage, I actually do really like that. Because it means everybody plays the exact same version of the game. You know, nobody shows up late when, for example, there's been 3, 4, 5 changes. And you have 6 different people giving 6 different opinions because they've played 6 different patches. So I think that's really smart. Just get, like, everybody's opinion on one set patch, and then when you move on, you know, you patch based on what was said. Now, that being said, I'm gonna give my own opinion on on what I think should be changed about the Trogs. And you probably know what's coming. I think the regen needs to be debuffed. The regen being able to crit for 20 is absolutely insane. And honestly, I feel like in a level 1 dungeon, they should get like a 2 regen. Because if you have 2 of those guys, both put a regen on, well, that's a 10 regen. But if it's a 2 regen, okay, crits for 4, that is still annoying, but, you know, it's not the end of the world. And if there's 2 of them, okay, crits for 8. You know what I mean? Or even, like, give them, like, a 3 regen. I'd be fine with a 3 regen. But, you know, just, the regen is a little high. It makes fighting an already very tough enemy even harder. So that's what I think about that. I think the Swarmers are interesting. My big issue with the Swarmers is it doesn't make sense that... Well, How do I word this? I don't like that if you don't kill a Swarmer in time, they go back to full health. I think that is a little bit much. But, at the same time, I do realize it's also a punishment mechanic. Because, you know, you're supposed to kill the Swarmers before they swarm, and if you don't, you're gonna regret it. But at the same time, the Swarmers are kinda hard to kill. So, especially when there's 3 or 4 of them, it does feel a little bit overly punishing to, you know, say you're up against 4 Swarmers, you kill 2, well, the other 2 are now max health, they get 2 turns, and, you know, it's totally random what other Swarmer they spawn in. It could either be really, really bad for you, or the fight could drag on for 6 more turns. So the only thing I would like to see nerfed myself about the Swarmers is when they get an additional Swarmer, just give them less effective health. You know, like instead of going from, oh, I'm at 10 health because you got me low, I got a buddy, now I'm at 80 health. Go from like that, that's an exaggeration obviously, but go from that to like 50 health. You know what I mean? Just like maybe a little bit less punishing when backup shows up, because it can feel very, very bad, especially because now they're able to assault you with like 6 turns in one turn, or 6 actions in one turn, and, you know, they're amber blighting you, they're stacking all these debuffs. It feels overly punishing, at least to me. And now, moving on to the bosses. Bosses are the best part. Now, as usual, I do still hold true to my statement of the bosses are the easiest part of the patches, and this was no different. Now, this isn't the case with everyone, but to me, the Greater Sandworm was a little bit overhyped. You know, I had people saying, like, he's got so much health, I can't wait to hear you rage, you know, you're gonna rage out, you know, this, that, and the other thing. And then I fight him, and it's like, this is like a super balanced fight. This is pretty fun. Obviously, he's hitting us for 1,000,000 damage, and, you know, I brought a lot of effective healing with Expiate, with the Vestal, with the Plague Doctor, with the Flagellant healing. So, you know, it could just be me really over-preparing, which, you know, that's not exactly out of the realm of possibility. I prepared a lot, thinking that this was going to be the hardest thing in the world, which, to be fair, it was pretty difficult. Him hitting you for, like, 79 damage with the potential for a double stun, and then, you know, he summons the Tongue, which can shuffle your whole party, and it can blight you, and it's like... I'm not trying to downplay him. He is a dangerous enemy. But, you know, to me, maybe a little bit he was overhyped, which obviously that is not the fault of the mod. That's not anybody's fault. That's people loving the boss and, you know, hyping up the boss because, oh, this boss is so good, this boss is so scary, you know, da-da-da-da-da. So that's not the mod's fault, and I'm not, you know, docking points for that. But, yeah, I think the bosses are just the most balanced part of the Trogs. They're fun, they're hard, but they're not, like, overly hard to the point of, I don't know if you guys remember when I did the Starry Night stuff, and we fought that super boss Nyx, and she was quite literally unkillable. She had 4 phases, she instantly brought you to death's door and you couldn't heal from it, and then, you know, like that, to me, is, that's unbalanced. To the point where Hepburn Nagat couldn't even, or the big guns, as I kept referring to her as, couldn't even beat her. Quite literally, unstoppable object versus unstoppable object. But yeah, anyway, TLDR, this patch was rough, but I think there is a lot of good here. I think the caverns are nasty, which is I say that in a good way. I think they're nasty. I really like the design of all of the Trogs. I really like their mechanics of, like, oh, you know, they sniff you out. There's no stealthing against them. And, you know, they'll gang up on you and, you know, this, that, and the other thing. And they use a lot of amber because they're effectively swimming in, like, tunnels of amber. So I really like everything about them. I just kind of wish that they were a bit more balanced, which from what I gather, a few people share that thought with me. So, yeah, all in all, I think there's a lot of good in this patch. The Trogs do need to be looked at, IMO. But I think the bosses are the best part. They were very fun. They were difficult. I way over prepared, which I'm glad I did, because that fight could have gotten extremely out of hand. Because, yeah. But, all in all, despite the rage, I had a very good time with this update. And, okay, I had a very good time with this update, except for the Trogs. Trogs, no good. So yeah. From what I understand, the final area is currently in development. So, I don't know when that'll be out, but when it is, I will be sure and see you guys back again in the Black Reliquary. But for the moment, I believe that is going to be that. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for putting up with my shenanigans. And we got there in the end. Somehow, we managed to push through, and we got there in the end. Also, can we lower how much the freaking instructor mastery needs? It needs like 400 total, with just rank 4 and rank 5. That's insane! That's so much farming! And then that's not even taking into account the other ones. And then also the training regimen. It's like, oh my god, that's expensive. Can we please lower the costs? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you in the next update. Bye.